I wholeheartedly agree, man. And I hope that a lot of artists listen to this and take this to heart. Like just because you've got to the level of of doing tours and earning money out of it doesn't mean that you made it, or that you don't need to learn from others or let other people tell you what, like, how things could have better around, and say, and just have that mentality, not have the mentality. It's like, bitch, what are you talking about? But you're not touring. I'm the one touring. I'm the established. What do you know? And it's something that I always tell people, because man, you'll be like, you'll be surprised how many people have either shadow banned me or have talked so much shit about me behind my backs. You'll be surprised. I've heard stories, and it's funny because these stories it comes from people who I'm close to, and they are the ones telling me these stories. It's like, hey, I heard so and so talked about you and say this, and I'm like, I'm in someone's mouth, I guess.
Yeah, man.
Wonder why my ears were popping. Wonder why.
Free in someone's head.
Yeah, seriously. One of my favorite things that the people I've heard said, and I know who said, I'm not gonna name them, but or name him or them. Who knows? Maybe it's one person, or maybe it's
maybe it's multiple.
Maybe it's all of them. I don't know. But one thing I love to hear is this word. It's like, oh, what does Wolfson know? Like, he's a washed up artist. Like, he never made it. Like, he never passed, where he is right now. What does he know? I love hearing that a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And I've told this to Mark. Shout out to Mark on Tengraphs, who's now Altair. I told this, when we were having our sit down, and who else did I mention? I know someone else I did mention it, and and Mark tells me, it's like, it's funny that people say that type of stuff because they believe that by having a number of followers determines your level of success, and that's not necessarily true.
Nah, man, yeah, that's 100% not true.
It's not, and Mark tells me, it's like, people who see me and my following, they'll believe that I'm not successful then, because I can tell you that me making music is not my biggest income. Making music and sounds for movies and video games is my biggest income. I'm like, holy shit, that's what you do on the side. It's like, that's my side. My main thing is just teaching people and get their careers, and obviously me as a music producer and DJ, but I don't get that much money out of it. My real income comes from doing all that type of stuff, like the video games, the movies, sounds, and whatnot. And it's because of that I got a house, I got this, I got a studio, I got that. And I mean, if people say that to you, they'll say that to me as well, and they say, like, I'm a washed up artist. I don't get the big headlining shows as much and all that. Yet I'm the one who has a house who got bought by just making what I love to make.
Yeah, it's not this dubstep industry is not well paying.
Not well paying. No, it's not.
Not well paying at all. So it's definitely good to have a side hustle until you're able to make some good income out of your hobby or out of your passion or your creativity from music and stuff like that.
And I'll tell you this, bro. Like, I've had episodes of talking about where the actual money comes from an artist. At least an artist in the EDM scene. We don't get paid for our music. Like, our actual income comes from touring and merch. That's pretty much it.
And that's mainly because of these stupid streaming sites that are just so greedy, man.
Yeah,
so greedy, and it sucks because unless anyone anyone big or anything like that like starts saying stuff about this, it's not gonna change, man.
Absolutely not. It has to be people like us who are considered washed up, who have talking about these straight up numbers and telling people, it's like, guys, like, music does not our money does not come from our music. Like if you guys know the process out of it, and you guys wonder how many cents do we get listen
For the
per
plays,
play,
man.
per stream, like everybody will be shocked. And I mean, I've mentioned this to a lot of people who are not within the industry, and when I tell them, like, guys, like if you knew, per stream we only get like 0.002
Yeah, it's like
or
a weird
7
finite number. It's
cent
like
per
yeah,
view. Like we need to make, for us to make a good money out of that song, we need to make sure that it gets played a million
millions of plays.
millions of plays for us to see an actual nice little check of a few $1,000s.
That's why that's why when I don't know if you know about the whole Audius thing. Uh,
Audius
yeah, Audius. Did you ever hear about that? So it's a streaming platform that came out.
recently?
I forgot. I think maybe like a couple, like 2-3 years ago. Man, I'm like probably way off on the time,
Oh
but
wow.
it was a couple years ago,
Uh-huh.
and it came out, and this was supposed to be like the SoundCloud killer. Like it was supposed to, you know, it was supposed to eliminate all that stuff.
I probably
And
heard that rumors. Yeah, the
yeah,
SoundCloud killer.
and the way they were advertising it was like,
Mhm.
it's like run by artists, like the artists are the ones who own it, and it's like, and like you get it's fair pay.
Right.
And when it came out, it was cool because a lot of people were joining it, and this and that. And then like they started giving out these tokens, these digital money, like and it became God, what the heck is the name for stuff like Bitcoin? What is
Oh,
that
like
called?
cryptocurrency?
Cryptocurrency. Wow. I had a brain fart.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so they started sending out like that. So they gave out to the first people like a bunch of those things, man. And it was cool because like artists felt like they were making money, and like it was nice to have. And the website still exists, and I actually have a pretty good following on that, but I haven't really used it that often. But it didn't, like, the popularity didn't like skyrocket like a lot of them kind of hoped. But I had such high hopes for that platform because it was doing everything that needed to be done for artists. It was giving them a platform. It was giving them monetization. It was giving them kind of a voice in that platform. And so it's sad that it didn't turn out to what it was supposed to be. But I think like something like that, like, I know SoundCloud, when it first started out, it was like all for the people, and then it just kind of started, getting worse and worse. And even the quality of the sound, they started compressing music, and it just sounds like garbage now.
Yeah, that pissed me off when it happened. That whole compression and lowering the bit rates out of it, like, and the thing that I hate about it is that when sometimes you send these songs to these artists or demos, they're gonna critique about it. Says, oh, like you need to have a better mix. I'm like, it's not the mix, bro. It's just fucking SoundCloud itself is fucking
it's ridiculous, man. It's like, it sucks because like that's all we have. Like, as underground artists, that's all we have. We have that. We have, we can put stuff in Spotify and iTunes, whatever, but like, unless you're like a really big, not even like EDM artist, like if you're just a big artist in general, like that's kind of like your platform, because that's how you make your, that's how you can make your monetization right there. You like thousands of streams, but like if you're like a small artist, you get buried so fast, man. Like it's easy. It's easy to get there.
Yeah, no, unless you know the right people that knows how to do the distributions and do the right stuff, the right calls, the right playlists and whatnot. Like, like you're gonna get in and away from it,
So that's why having like kind of like communities and like, like kind of how we have with like Grocery Boys and stuff like that, like being able to kind of beat that algorithm, that's like the most important thing for a lot of up and coming artists.
Beating the algorithm,
like, beating the algorithm, knowing what to post, having people, just interact, one word, whatever they got to do, like stuff like that, like that could help a lot of. And it sucks, not a lot of small artists or a lot of like these up and coming artists are doing that because it's not known all the time.
Right.
And so they're out here kind of, they're drowning. They're like they're trying to just get to the surface. Like, hey, I want to make it. I want to get heard. And it's just like, it's just not falling in the algorithm. And you just gotta, do everything you can.
Yeah, bro. And that's another thing, the whole algorithm aspect of it. Like you have to be it's just so shitty, to be honest. Like it's shitty,
Yeah.
the whole social media aspect of how the algorithm works against you, because you're trying to stand out. You need to be trending or for the algorithm to even look at you.
Mm-hmm.
Like your name has to pop out a few times, or people have to search you a few times for your name to be out there and have somewhere else to see you on a feed or something. Like it's
Yeah.
so shitty. Like TikTok's trend is a much more better. Granted,
Oh yeah, man.
I stopped using TikTok overall because it wasn't getting me the people or the following that I wanted. But I recommend people using TikTok.
I made one and I'm just like, I can't do this. It's not me.
No, yeah, no. Honestly, I don't do social media overall, other than just to hit up people and contact them and promote my shit. TikTok, I had TikTok. I mean, the account is still on. I just deleted it from my phone. I just don't use it overall. TikTok was more for me to promote my video clips for my episodes, but it was just so much work that I have to do just to upload it, and then me thinking, oh, okay, then let me upload it from the computer so it could be much easier. Oh my god, it's a huge difference when you upload it from the computer than uploading it on your phone. Because
oh yeah,
I don't know why the fuck when you upload it from the phone, you get a lot of traction, a lot of viewership. But when you upload it from the computer by having the same hashtags and whatnot, you get so minimum viewership.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's ridiculous. Like, how is this even possible? It's just supposed to be universally the same concept. Just upload a video, put the hashtags, and that's it. Why is
there's a lot of factors that go into every little thing like that, and it's just crazy how much it affects it.
Bro, it's just ridiculous. It got me so heated because there's times in which my phone is full up because of me putting the videos and me uploading at a great quality, and then the app itself, and then I have to keep deleting them, and I had to do this once in a while. Like it's stupid, and I wish I could have done this in the computer, but it was just sort of such an annoying and so many things that I have to do. That's like, fuck this, bro. Like I'm not doing TikTok. I'll hire somebody. Like fucking hey, I'll actually hire somebody to run my social media and promote my shit. Absolutely. I'll fucking pay for them, man.
God, wouldn't that be nice? Just have someone just do it all.
Wouldn't that be nice? I know there is, because some of these established artists, they have their publicist to do all their shit, or their assistant or their tour manager to do all their shit. Obviously, they all have their passwords, and they can just log into their accounts and do all that shit and promote whatever song and talk like them. Absolutely, there's people there. I just wish I know somebody that I can pay for to do their job. It's like, hey, promote my shit, market my shit, like do what you gotta do. So I don't have to think about that instead of me going like, all right, I gotta dedicate an entire hour just to promote and market my shit. All right, here we go.
Here we go. Good luck. Let's see if it works.
Here it works. Oh, great. Lot of bots telling me, send it over here. Yo, DM, promote for black people. I'm like, like, all right, bro. Like
the funny ones are like the girl cams.
Oh my god. Have you been receiving some of that shit in Twitter?
No, not on Twitter, but I seen that shit like on like people on artists like page. It's like, hey daddy, come see me live.
Bro, I get that shit all the time in Twitter, bro. These fucking cam girls going and follow me on Twitter. It's like, hey, so and so followed you, and then they'll be like, hey, you wanna see stuff? And I'm like, who the fuck are you?
Hey, big sexy, wanna Want to see me live?
Like, who the fuck follow you? Like, who the fuck told you to go ahead and follow me and DM me like that? Like, and it's, dude, it's not just me. That's the thing. It's not just me. It's happening to everybody that I know. I know Robbie. It's been happening to him a lot more as well.
Yeah, once you got that algorithm flow, the bots.
Fucking A. I fucking hate Twitter, man. I fucking hate Twitter. I fucking hate all these social medias, bro. I fucking hate them. But
it's tough, man.
I have it because it's the only way for me to contact people like you, other people that I've never met in my life, established artists. If they ever want take a pick of interest, you'll be funny, bro. You'll be laughing that, I ask a lot of people to come over to the show. And I did this not too long ago, so I can see the experiment. Let's see how it works. I send I DM like at least a good 20 people not too long ago to come over to the show. 5 have responded and says yes.
Nice.
Out of those 20 people. And that includes some established artists. And one of those 5 people happens to be an established artist. And another one that's already like right there in the scene and is killing it. So it's funny like how life really works.
Yeah, man. Persistency though, you shoot 20 arrows, man. Some of those are gonna hit, right?
That's the mentality that I have right now, and the only ones that I do not fuck with is the ones that ghost me.
Oh yeah. That's always fun.
Oh my God. I hate when that happens. And it has happened to me multiple times. I wish I wish I could say it's like, oh, it's a rare occurrence. I only get to see it like once. No. I get to see this shit like 5, 6, 7 times. Yeah, like, hey, confirming for tonight's interview, whatnot.
It's okay, man. You gotta fall to get back up, man.
What was the there was a bar from Linkin Park. It was on the
what doesn't kill you make you stronger.
that was
Linkin Park, right?
Yeah, that
just kidding.
No, the burn it to the ground when you fall. Take my time. Chance of fall. So when you
Is that
fall,
New Divine?
No, it's the burn it down. Burn it when it's Mike Shinoda's verse. I play soldier, you play gang, stopping mouths and honest rain. So when you fall, I take my time to hand the person and this word. It was something like around those lines. It's like when you fall, I take my time to help you up and stand you up.
I feel so stupid. I don't even know what song this is. What the fuck? Why don't I know this song?
You know this song, Burn It Down?
It's like I'm having like a brain fart.
All right, let me see. Like we'll build it up to break it back down.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
To burn it down. I can't wait to burn it to the ground.
Are you sure that's not a New Divine?
No, the New Divide is the New Divide is I got it for you. I got it for you.
So give me reason. Okay, yeah.
To pull me through.
It sounded the same for a second. I was like, wait, what the fuck?
Well, I mean,
it's the same album though, right?
No, it's different album, different times too. That's the wild hair. That's the wild thing. It's different at different times.
Oh my God, they sampled themselves.
Absolutely. Like you tell me some of these artists don't sample their own songs over and over. Like, come on. Like, how many times have we heard Martin Garrix sample his own song in 5 different songs over and over?
Man, this man's a genius.
Not only that, he used the same song structure and ghost produced with other Speeding Record songs.
Didn't Chainsmokers do something like? No, they wrote their songs in the same key, I think.
Yes,
or some shit like that, and it was like. And you could literally overlap them and they would be virtually the same song.
Yes, that's exactly what they did. And they also did that with with other artists as well. Other artists that are not within their genre, but pop music artists, they done that as well.
Yeah.
And who else? DJ Snake as well, bro. Like
Oh yeah.
like if you listen to a lot of the DJ Snake songs, you can tell like, oh wait a minute, isn't this sound came from this song? Like the song,
I can see that.
like the song from Major Lazer that DJ Snake with did somebody to lean on.
Oh yeah,
The
yeah. With
that it's the same sample on DJ Snake's collab with Justin Bieber. Don't you give up now, no. I wanna give up now.
oh
Let me
shit.
love you. Oh, what up? It's on a minor scale, but it's the same
Damn.
sound.
I miss Daft Punk sampling song.
Now you're talking about gods.
Oh yeah, dude. Sir Thomas and Sir Guy Manuel.
You're talking
Those guys.
about gods that
Oh.
walked among humans.
Oh yeah. And they're not done making music. They're done with Daft Punk, but they are still actively making music. They are geniuses, man.
I really wish that before they decided to hang up the gloves and say we're done with Daft Punk, I really wish that they could have done one last tour or one last album before they're like, we're done with Daft Punk and that's it,
One more time.
Yeah,
No pun intended.
no pun intended. One more time, just like 1 minute, one, and that's it. And we're done. I wish they could have like done that, but their last song, their last music ended up with which song? With one of these mainstream songs. With the Weeknd,
Pharrell.
with the Starboy. I'm a motherfucking Starboy.
Oh yeah, yeah.
That was Daft Punk's last like. Daft Punk featuring The Weeknd or The Weeknd featuring Daft Punk,
You know who's my all-time favorite artist of all time it tops any artist. I love Daft Punk, don't get me wrong. And they're like on different scales, but one artist that's still actively touring is Benny Benassi.
Damn.
Benny Benassi is that is the reason why I am making music today. Even though I make dubstep. Yep. Fuck the whole the Benassi Bros album, the Satisfaction album, everything, man. That guy. So when I was young, when he was like releasing music stuff like that, my dad would actually show me like all of Benny Benassi's music, and then my older brother would show me his music. And I'm like, man, what is this? Like, I fell in love with that. And then like I got older and I'm like, I want to start making like this kind of stuff. And it was just, his stuff is just crazy, man. Like all analog too. It's just nice, crispy. And yeah, that Benny Benassi is the GOAT for me, man. That guy. If I ever meet that guy, it'll be crazy. I'm gonna be like, listen, man, I don't make electro or anything like that, but I like everything that you've done. Benny Benassi, if you're hearing this, bro, thank you.
Damn, somebody like that I will consider a GOAT. I do have the GOAT one in my head. The top three that I always had was always Zomboy and Skrillex. Yeah. And I'm happy that I was able to meet them both multiple times. Funny enough, all in 1 year, multiple times. Which is funny, and they're great people, legends, walking among us regular folks. But the one I feel like he's this guy is on a GOAT status for me, and he is like, I feel like untouchable and nothing that he does can do wrong, is Rob Swire.
Rob Swire?
Yeah. You don't know who Rob Swire is by name, that's fine. But Rob Swire is the lead singer of Pendulum.
Oh shit! Damn. Yes. Okay, I can agree with that. Knife Party. Yes. I saw them. I saw them live one time, and that was insanity.
Oh, bro, I first saw them when their Immersion album came about, when Watercolor and Witchcraft was popping in EDC Puerto Rico. And to me, that won my heart from them. And it was my first time going to EDC Puerto Rico. And it's my first time seeing them on a stage because I didn't even know what stage I was. I was just bouncing around to
Yeah.
see what's up. And I heard the drum and bass. And I was like, oh my God, it's fucking. And then when I hear Rod Swire singing live on stage, I'm like, what the fuck? And then all of a sudden going along with the drum and bass, I'm just like, bro, what the fuck is going on? Like,
Yeah.
what? And I
Yeah,
start,
they're on some other level, man.
that's some other level, man. And then when I later find out that he's also part of Knife Party, I'm like, bum 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 fire. Like,
That song,
damn,
oh man, that song is dude. That
bro.
song changed a lot, dude. That changed a lot of stuff in the scene.
That one, and you blocked me on Facebook.
Internet friends.
And now you're going
Yeah.
to die.
Dude, oh god, I get chills just thinking about that song.
Bro, some of their old songs is like, you revolutionize music overall. Like, you change stuff. Like, you made people
Electro needs to make a comeback. If Electro makes a comeback, I'm here for that. I'm here for that shit.
For
Some good old dog blood. Ooh. Dog blood would be dope.
I need that shit to come back harder than ever.
Absolutely.
Absolutely, bro. And yeah, bro, that I consider them one of the goats. And because obviously Rob Sawyer is a talented person. Like, he sings, he DJs, he produces music, he plays the guitar, he plays the synthesizer guitar, which is like the hardest.
Oh, the guitar. Yeah.
The guitar. That's the hardest shit that you can do on
That shit's
live.
dope.
I mean, he plays the synthesizer on live. And then later I found out, he does a lot of the deadmau5's songs, like Ghost and stuff, and
Yeah.
Monophobia, like. And then I've heard that he was actually one of the main producers some of Rihanna's music.
I can see that.
Which is to me, that was wild. To me, I was like, that's kind of left field. Like, what the fuck? Like, when did you became,
who does a lot of that right now? Gesaffelstein. You know who that is?
Yo, I haven't heard him in a long time.
Yeah, man. He produced he helped produce one of the Weeknd's album. He was also I think he was also in one of Drake's albums. I may be wrong. But yeah, I mean, that man is also that's Dark Prince right there, man. He made the way for a lot of mid-tempo industrial type, like res type of music.
Mid-tempo. He added his own Moomba flavor when the Mad Decent block parties. Like, yeah, like he done some weird gnarly shit. Like, all together that makes you feel like, man, I can appreciate this.
Like, that man was inspiration to actually kind of GuyLeFoux, to kind of this alias that I had, because when I first started making music, is actually the first music I made was mid tempo. I made a lot of industrial type music, and I was actually kind of pretty good at it. I'm not gonna lie. I have fun doing it. It's like when I make mid tempo, whenever I make it, it's just fun. Like, I do it for fun. Like, it's I never really take it seriously. But when I first started, it was like I was, that's what I was going for. I was like, okay, dark industrial. Let's just try to do some Gesaffelstein stuff. Right. And then from there, I evolved into dubstep, and then everything else. I don't try to put myself in one bubble as making only dubstep and Britum and whatever. But I definitely started off doing mid tempo because of him.
I was actually gonna ask you, because like, are you now that you're a dubstep, and I mean, hearing that you used to start off with mid tempos, like are you always willing to try other genres besides dubstep and just like play them or release them?
Yeah, I mean, when I do my sets, I don't only just play dubstep. I like to sprinkle some other genres in there, because one, you know, ear fatigue is a real thing. You don't want to get people tired.
That is true.
And then
that is true.
And then you also, I don't know, it makes it more fun, and it also makes it more challenging when you're performing live. Like, okay, what am I gonna do to make this genre fit with this other genre? But yeah, definitely, I have a bunch of unreleased tracks that range from mid tempo. I have like a library of mid tempo songs that I have unreleased.
Damn.
I have a lot of it's nice. I like being able to make it, but I don't like releasing it that much. It's kind of I don't know.
But why
it's
is
hard
that?
for me to release.
Because you feel like it doesn't go with your brand, or is it because like
kind of, yeah, it kind of doesn't go with the GuyLeFoux brand, because whenever I perform, like, it's just like I do a lot of heavy stuff, and I make a lot of heavy music too. But I've also made I've made bass house, I've made future bass, or whatever they call it now.
Right.
I've made oh my god, hardstyle. I've made kind of like electro hybrid type of stuff. I mean, I just try. Yeah, just some experimental stuff. I made a couple of just whatever I could. I mean, I made trap. I've made trap before. I've made music for trap artists, like for hip hop artists.
Right.
So it's just whatever I can listen to, and I can. Oh, Memphis Funk. I made some of that too. That shit's pretty fucking dope too. I like funk. Whatever I can just get my hands on and just figure out how to make, I just make. But mainly I make dubstep right now. But I don't want to only say I make that. I can make anything, but
just
dubstep right
bass. Now. You make bass.
Yep.
That's good. Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. And I kind of agree. I don't kind of agree. I agree with the statement with, you know, ear fatigue when you're playing on shows, because I've seen it a lot more. And that's why I always like to play a little bit of this, a little bit of that on my sets. You know, obviously the whole thing is to make sure I'm playing dubstep, I'm playing bangers, but I also once in a while I do play some rhythm so it can just like soothe it up. And then I play some old school complextro.
Oh yeah, complextro. Damn, I haven't heard that in a long time.
So imagine, you know, playing a knife party song, you know, and then follow up with what's my favorite song from Some Boys old EP, the one with Raptor in it. No, with Terror Squad.
Oh my god. It's
a complexo. He had Raptor and he had another one. I played the other one.
Oh my god!
It's right there. It's right there.
I think it's called Terror Squad. And my brother's gonna kill me that I don't know this. He loves Zomboy.
I'm a huge Zomboy fan, bro. I always have
been.
But
why can't I think of the name?
But I keep forgetting.
Are you sure it's not called Terror Squad?
I mean, there's a song that's called Terror Squad. But I'm saying within that EP, he has he has like 4 songs. 2 of them are complextro. The other one is dubstep and a tempo.
Is it Here to Stay? Is it Here to Stay? Is that the one you're thinking of?
I can't believe it, bro. I always play this song in every fucking set of mine, and I keep forgetting about it.
Is it the one that's like, get out of my face?
No, that's Terror Squad.
Terror Squad, yeah. Fuck, damn, what the fuck am I thinking of?
The Reanimated EP.
Oh.
It came from the Reanimated EP. Bad Intentions.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Bad Intentions.
Yes, I know Bad Intentions.
Yeah, there you go. Bad fucking.
We had to go way back for that.
Yeah, now I remember.
Ooh, any break beats, anything with break beat on it.
Yeah, I also try to implement some drum and bass in between, because I fuck a lot more with the melodic drum and bass, like Coven and Mus. Those guys are the illest people out there. You know, anything that's like Monster Cat related drum and bass, like I fuck with it a lot, and I put it on my sets. I also fuck a lot with what you call it. Now I'm putting future rhythm, but with a lot of future bass and melodic dubstep. tracks, I fuck with it a lot,
Yeah.
especially the Roy Knott style of dubstep as well that he
Yeah.
brings. He brings like the melodic aspect of the drops, and then second Bill gives us like a fucking tear out dubstep out of nowhere. I was like, ooh, yeah.
Yeah, I for me when I build my sets, I think of it like a roller coaster. You're
Yeah.
making the crowd go in for a ride, and like it's the set. The overall goal of the set is to make it heavy,
Yeah.
but you gotta give like the set like some breaks, and the breaks are gonna be usually like a different
Yeah.
genre for me. And then in the middle, for me, the way I structure it is usually the middle I'll have melodic, and then that'll be like my rise. So,
Right.
and then once the melodic is done, just go right back down. You're in the roller coaster, you're going down really fast. Now you're hitting some bangers again. It's going heavy. So I mean, it's kind of like I feel like that's been like a good formula for me, and it's helped with a lot of the shows that I've done. And that's not to say that that people go on heavy all the time. I mean, some people like that, but I've found a lot of people like
A lot of
having multiple stuff in the
yeah,
set.
a lot of good results end up when you actually give them
Yeah,
that breather, because people will not get sick of it, and then if you go
yeah,
way too ham, people will fuck with it, but then after this they'll be so tired, they'll be like, all right, and they'll be like this, and then you don't want your shit to be like, to subside like that. You want that
yeah,
to be with you all the whole fucking time, and that's when you give them the breaks, so that way they can breathe a little bit, and then they'll be like, oh yeah, this is fucking no, and then it also goes back to switching to the opposite. You're like, oh fuck yeah, boom, boom,
yeah.
boom.
This is why I'm here, and
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, you could say that I do it on a roller coaster style, but I guess like I do it in a way that it's like you didn't notice that I switched genres until the
yeah,
beat is right there.
make it nice and subtle.
Yeah, and I also fuck with Virus Syndicate a lot, so
Oh
they make
yeah,
it very easy for me to just like let them rap
let,
right
let
there.
them rap. Yeah,
Let them rap, let them hear the whole thing, and then when it comes to the rising of the drop, that's where I like switch it over to something else. I'll be like, whoa, wait, what? I thought it was this. Nope, it's this. Gotcha, bitch.
yeah. No, Virus Syndicate, bro. I definitely a fan of
Nick and
them
Jay,
rapping.
man. Nick and Jay, man. Those are the homies, man. Shout out
Yeah.
to those guys.
I got the pleasure to meet them one time during the Typo takeover.
Oh yeah,
Very, very nice. Very, very nice people.
absolutely. It's funny because I never seen them perform, but I've seen videos of it. Like, did they actually like play their songs through and through, or they
So
and they
they
or
went
they
on
DJ?
stage. No, they went on stage and performed. So like whenever because it was a Disciple takeover. So
Right.
whenever one of them had the song with the Fire Syndicate, they would go out there and perform.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it was pretty cool, man.
But well, I'm curious when they're doing their own tour. Like, I'm very curious how they do it. Like, do they have a DJ and they start performing, or do they also DJ? And if it's so, like, do they play the whole song from beginning to end, or they or
Yeah, I don't
yeah,
know.
yeah.
I'm not really too sure what they do.
I don't know. I'm curious because there are rappers. They're definitely
Yeah.
UK rappers, but they're like the godfathers of the UK rappers of dubstep.
Yeah, that's the same. I think the same thing is with Rico Act. He's in a lot of like dubstep songs. I
Uh,
don't know if he. I
Rico,
don't know if he does like that.
I don't know anything outside of Rico Act stuff. I only know Rico Act just does hard on the dubstep part. That's pretty much
Yeah.
it. So as what Bugnero?
Oh
Yeah,
yeah, Bach Nero. Yeah.
yeah. I've heard some songs outside of Some Boys and other people's, but I feel like he's like in between. I don't know, to be honest. And Volgatron as well.
That's is that Odd Prophet?
No, wait, what?
Wait,
Wait, what?
Isn't you said Volgatron, right?
Yeah, Volgatron.
Isn't isn't he
Wait,
Odd Prophet? No.
Odd Prophet is Volgatron?
Isn't it? Is that not? Am I wrong? Am I tripping?
We're gonna fact check this shit right now.
Yeah, fact check me, please, because I think that he's an artist, but Volgatron is like his second.
I see Volgatron and then produced by Odd Prophet.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's the same.
All I see is music. I don't see any like who the fuck is Volgatron? Hold on, let me just see. I just type in Volgatron is Odd Prophet and this Orifice Volgatron. Nah, he's not.
Oh no, he's one of the foreign beggars. You know who foreign beggars are?
No, who's foreign beggars?
Oh man, you don't know foreign beggars? They old thing of old school.
I'm seeing foreign beggars. Hold on.
Yeah, they're old school, like back in the day when dubstep was like barely starting.
Oh shit. 2002. Oh, this Volcatron is from Dubai.
Yeah, so but I think they're from the UK.
They're English. They say they're English hip hop and dubstep group.
Yeah, dude, oh man, I've seen Foreign Beggars made songs like with Skrillex back in the day.
Yeah, you're right.
That's a long time ago.
Holy fuck! I didn't know. Oh, I know. Did they do?
They made a song with
Incision. They done songs with Incision and Noisia.
They did a song with I think it was with Excision, and then they did one with
Skrillex. They did it. Oh my god!
Yeah, they did Still Getting It with Skrillex. Still getting it.
Oh yeah,
yeah, Still Getting It.
Holy fuck! Back in 2011. Damn.
They did Shake It with Noisia.
Oh my god!
They did also Scatta.
Yo, yeah, and they did with Schism. That's why Volgatron.
Yeah, Volgatron is just one of the guys.
One of the guys. The other guy died, right? He passed away. He
died?
Metropolis, right?
Doesn't say anything about him.
I'm looking right now.
Oh, he did at 41. Holy cow.
Yeah, Metropolis Graham, vocals deceased.
Dang.
So it's Volgatron, Metropolis, DJ No Names, Dagnamit. Yeah. And one of them passed away. Wow. I don't know for what, but yeah. I'm looking at it right now. Holy fuck. Hip hop, dubstep, drum and bass, electro house, grime. Straight up.
R.I.P. Metropolis. I didn't even know. Damn.
Yeah. R.I.P. to a legend, man. Foreign Vegas, man. Now I see their name. I'm like, English.
Yeah.
Foreign Vegas.
Mm-hmm.
Damn. Shout out to those guys, man.
Yeah,
wow.
Man, good times. That was a good era.
That was a good era of hip hop and dubstep from the UK. I don't know for some reason why I fuck a lot more with English hip hop than I do with American hip hop.
It's just your slang, man. It's nice.
It is. Even sometimes I fuck with Japan hip hop, man. I don't know if you ever heard of Japanese hip hop, bro, but they go hard on the bars, man. And they don't curse a lot. And yet the bars go hard.
I saw a Korean guy. What's it called? He was from like a Korean boy band. He was on a song with Skrillex and
shit, for real?
It's his name is G Dragon, and he's also with CL.
Oh, with G Dragon CL. Yeah, they did with Skrillex and Diplo, the Dirty Vibe song.
Yep. They're both K-pop singers, but that guy raps in that, and he goes crazy in that song.
Yeah, that's wild.
And I think CL's from oh my god, After School, I think. It was a very, very, very popular K-pop back in the day. I don't know if they're together still.
I don't know. I don't know, bro. I just know that you took me back to memory lane. That's what I.
Oh yeah, that's the best, man. It's the best.
Yeah. Now let me ask you, like, how often do you actually finish your own songs? You know, whatever you start to produce, like, how often do you take your time with it?
How often do I finish my tracks from like start to finish?
Yeah. From beginning to end. And what's your creative process behind it? Like, what is it that you go ahead and start and be like, all right, we start with this shit?
So right now, so back then it used to be horrible. I used to not finish songs. It's like a kind of a hard habit to get rid of. Um, but now more. I I do it more often now. I do it a lot more often now to where I focus on one
Mm-hmm.
song. Um, Even though when I do focus on one song, I still have to work on another song
Mm-hmm.
just because I get ideas a lot. So what I'll do is I'll kind of pretty much put that idea like make the idea physical, make it there, and then that way when I'm done with a song, I can focus on that next idea, and it's still there because I feel like if I don't do it right then and there, I'm gonna forget it. So I'll just get the idea out there and then go back to what I was originally doing.
And it doesn't matter where you start. You just like go ahead and this is where I start, and that's bam.
Yeah, I mean, there's times where I'll start with the melody and make a whole intro and then make a drop after that. There's times where I start with just a drop and then and then go from
I
there.
mean, is it harder for you when you actually doing the melodies or with the drops or the drops back into the
Um,
melodies?
I think it's just the way my brain works. Like I'm comfortable with doing either or.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I think it also helps with like the structure of the song because when I make a drop, I'm kind of already envisioning what I want the intro to sound like.
Right.
It's not set in stone because it obviously changes so many times, but I kind of have a gist of what I want to sound already, and vice versa. Like when I have an intro or I have like a melody that I'm making, I kind of already have an idea of where I want that song to go. What direction it's going.
Right.
um and then most of the time, like if I feel like I don't have like a drop ready for a song, I just really base it off of like kind of the feel, like how do I feel when I'm making this build or when I'm making this breakdown, and then from there it usually helps me make a drop or
Right.
other way around, a melody.
And it's the same thing when you do collaborations with other artists.
It depends. Honestly. So there's times where I'm like I work a lot with, like I said, with like the bad boys that
Mm-hmm.
we have over here, and yeah, I go either way. Like I'll be like, hey, if you have an intro, like let me hear it, and more than likely, like if they have a build, that's like that helps a lot. Like I feed off of that energy of like that build is given, and then from there I'm like, okay, I know what I'm gonna do with this. Or like if I'm making a collab and I'm like, all right, I have an intro already set, and then I'm like, hey, this is kind of like what I'm going for, and I'll make an example, and that example is never set in stone. It can change, whatever, but like that's kind of like I'm like, this is kind of where I want to go with this, and then let's see where we can go with.
And do you actually believe the whole concept of writer's block, or you don't
Oh
believe in
yeah,
that?
man,
Oh, so
absolutely.
so what happens when you have writer's block, and how do you overcome it?
I I create other type of music, or I listen to other type of music. I
Oh,
That's where I have all these other genres from, because I just create other stuff and it usually helps
that's
me out.
good. That's
Hmm.
pretty good.
I also, believe it or not, I listen to like a lot of funk, man. Like I'll just put on like a 70s station on like YouTube or something like that, and I just
Right.
like listen to some funk, or listen to stuff that just doesn't really pertain to like EDM music,
Yeah.
and then that'll like help me kind of get out of the writer's block, and then kind of it helps me get ideas too. Or I just, if I need to, just cut off music in general and like just do something else. That
Dude,
usually helps me with writer's block though.
but that's actually pretty good, man. I'm happy to hear that because you're not the only one who actually deals with that stuff, you know?
Hmm.
You would be surprised how very few artists tells me that they don't believe in writer's block, and some these artists are one of the most talented people. And then you got a whole lot bigger spectrum of artists that they do believe in writer's block, and they have their own ways.
Yeah.
The rare ones, even the ones that they don't believe in writer's block, do exactly what you do. They just do another genre.
Yeah. I mean, it helps. It helps, man. Like, at the end of the day, like we're, I mean, I'd like to think that we are, we're musicians first, and
Right.
a lot of like when we were growing up, like some of us grew up making music, some of us didn't. That's cool. We live in an electronic world. Everything's all synthetic with
Yeah.
like music. But like I mean, music's everywhere for me. Like I hear music all day, every day. It doesn't have to be dubstep. I don't have to listen to dubstep every single day.
I
You know,
agree.
it's and so like that also helps me because I love making dubstep. I love dubstep and I love making it. And just listening to other stuff just helps me like make it. It doesn't have to be like dubstep doesn't have to help you create dubstep. You can get inspiration from everywhere. And so
100%.
it also helps you with like that blockage, like because I feel like a lot of that comes from like you're so asphyxiated on trying to build or you're asphyxiated on trying to make a certain sound or make it sound a
Yeah.
certain way, and
Yeah.
you're in a loop. You're just doing it over and over and over again.
Exactly.
So that's kind of where like it'll help unblock that whole creativity part of your brain. It's in it like it at least for me it does, and it helps me come up with more ideas and stuff like that.
Mhm. Now, the whole concept of sound design has been in the thoughts a lot, and
Hmm.
sometimes people really have different opinions about it. And this is something that I do ask a lot to everybody in the show. And mind you, there is no right or wrong answer with this, but I
Hmm.
want to know your opinion based on your experience and what you believe in. Like, do you believe that sound designing is a luxury or a necessity for a producer?
Oh man, I guess it depends on like what you're making though, because like there's people.
Like, if you want to stand out from others.
Yeah, yes and no too, because
Mm,
your sound design can be so like your main focus of your track could
mm,
be the drop, and your drop you make all this crazy sound design. You're making this one sound, like move left, right, up, down. It's all over the place. It's doing so much, and people are like, oh man, that's crazy. But also like you're like there's people that also like they're like, okay, yeah, I know some sound design, but I'm
mm,
also making a song. Like it's still at the end of the day a song. So
right.
like they focus more on the composing sound. Like they're like, okay, I'm composing this whole intro. I'm making this sound a certain way. I'm painting a picture. I'm making a movie in my head. And then the sound design is like kind of like the second part. It's like it's not the main focus. It's like the second part of the track. So
Right.
it just depends on what you're trying to make. Like I have songs where I'm like crazy about sound design and I'll go wild with it. But I have songs where I love orchestral sounds. I love making orchestra type or not making but making it like an orchestra type of vibe, like it's like it
Right.
feels like it's all multiple instruments doing one thing. And so in that scenario, the main composition is going to be the orchestra versus the sound design. So it just depends on at least for me, it just depends on what you're doing or what I'm making that day.
I agree. I agree. I don't wholeheartedly agree with sound designing being like the main focus to everything.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I wouldn't put it up there. I will put it like it should be for any given producer, like one of your top three of things that you
Yeah.
should be looking up to,
Definitely.
and and it's okay if you want to put it on number three. That's fine. I have it on my number three because my first two is song structure and mixing.
Yeah, yeah. So like the composition and then mixing down and then
Basically, like having to know that your song itself has a beginning and end, and
yeah.
whatever's in between. Like knowing that you have an intro, you have a breakdown, a build up, drop, breakdown,
Mhm.
build up, drop, outro. Some That's song structure. Knowing how to do that and knowing how to do that and then break the rules and try to fit and do other crazy shit around it.
Yeah.
I'm all about it, man. But knowing that you have a structure, because there's a lot of mistakes, a lot of up and comers that I've listened some tracks over the years that I'm like, all right, where's the drop? what do you mean you missed the drop? And I'm like, when did I miss the drop? There was no build up, and I'm hearing the same sound on every fucking moment. Like I'm hearing the same sound from the intro all the way to the drop.
Oh yeah, I remember those days.
Yeah,
you find a sound, you're like, oh man, this sounds cool. I'm gonna play it from the beginning and the end.
Copy paste, copy paste, copy paste,
Yep.
duplicate, all around.
I think though, I don't know how you mix down or anything like that. For me, it's now I'm still like I am by no means an expert in mixing down.
Right.
I feel like I still have a lot to learn.
Same over here.
I know that my mix down is decent enough to where like it it's not gonna like bother people's ears and stuff like that.
Yep.
Because there's just some mix downs that like, oh man, you gotta really fucking work on that shit.
Yeah.
But the way I do my mix downs is I do it while I'm producing. It's happening simultaneously.
That's how I do it currently. It's much more faster for me to work on it.
And then after I'm done with the song, I kind of go through it with a fine comb and then do it again if I need to. And then people are like, "Oh, it should already be done. It should already be perfect." I'm like, I want to quadruple make sure. I want to make sure it's for sure that it's where I want it to be. So I'll go over it and I'll tweak something and I'll keep it'll be like that for a while. And I think doing it like that, it just makes it in my mind more at ease that like, okay, I've done everything I can to make it sound the way I want it to sound. And then, that's it. You got to be content at some point.
I agree. And that's a producer's nightmare, man. That is the fact that you are, listening to your song over and over and having been feedback by a lot of people to making sure that it's right there, that you haven't missed a spot. And then you'll be like, fuck, all right. I need to release this because if not, I'm never going to get over this.
Yeah. It's a fine line. It's a fine line of like releasing it too soon or just overthinking it.
Yeah. That's my problem most of the time, overthinking it, because like once I feel like I got it, I send it over. All right, you just see if you can fix this and that. All right, I fix this. And then I keep hearing it. It's like, oh, wait a minute. I missed this out. Now I got to go back again. And then I go back again, and then and so on. And it's like, oh my God, you know what? Is it good? Is it great? Yeah, okay, perfect. That's it. Just put it out there. Just put it out there.
If I didn't overthink, I'd probably have a lot of tracks just out there.
Same.
A lot of the tracks that I have right now, they're just sitting there because I'm just like over analyzing them all the time. And I'm sure there's like people that'd be like, oh man, it sounds fine. But like, I want to be content with it first before I put it out there.
Exactly.
Because it'll eat me alive if I don't.
Yeah, it's gonna be a bitch. It has happened to me a couple of times in which a song I've already released, and I'm like, fuck, bro, I could have made it a better drop, or fuck, like I could have done this a lot better. Like, I'm not satisfied, not happy. And yet I get a lot of plays out of it, and at the same time, like, these people are idiots. They don't understand that this song is stupid, or this song is incomplete, or this song doesn't sound right.
It's always good to what's it called? It's always good to test them live too. That always helps. But usually good reaction is a good sign that you have a good song, and then all you have to do is just focus on making it sound good, like making it sound crispy, and then you're done.
Yeah, I agree. I just don't have the luxury to play that often.
Send it to people, man.
Send it to people. That's it. I'm gonna send it to everybody. Like, yo, play this song. Let me see their reactions. Is it good, bad? All right. Thank you.
That's usually my one condition. If I have like people that hit me up that want to try out an unreleased track, I'm like, yeah, you can try it out, but like you gotta like either have someone record it. So I want to see the reaction. If I'm not there physically, I want to see some sort of reaction to it because I gotta know like, do you gotta work on it or is this kind of good start off to the track?
Damn, and I'm gonna actually start doing that. It's like, hey guys, I did this. Give me a reaction to people. Let me know what they think.
We did that with one of our tracks called it was a remix for Ray Volpe.
Volpe,
yeah. It was the Battle of the Bros. We did that and we sent it out.
Oh, Battle of the Bros.
Uh-huh. That was a fun track to make.
Yeah, I fuck with that track. Yeah.
Yeah, we made a remix of that, and then it was me and the other bad boys that are over here,
right?
And we got some pretty good reactions on that, so it was nice to see that.
Send it over to me whenever you got a chance.
Yeah, for sure. Here, I'll got my SoundCloud open.
Hey, that's what's up. That's what's up, dude. I got a few more questions and we can wrap it up, man, because I'm about to fall asleep very soon. It's 10 o'clock in Miami.
Yeah, no, it's still 7 over here. It's about to be 7.
Lucky bastard, Jesus. Hey, is it true that in Seattle it always rains?
Yeah, I mean, yeah. It rains a lot over here. It does. The thing is, we have all 4 seasons. And then usually in spring and May, like April and May, we get a lot of showers right before summer hits. And then as soon as summer is over, we have a lot of rain. And then depending on whether it's really, really cold or not, the rain will either turn into snow or it'll stay rain.
Jesus. That's funny.
It's always raining in Seattle, man.
Yeah. Is it expensive to live over there? Or is it like
yeah, kinda. If you want to live in downtown Seattle, you're gonna be paying a lot of money over there. I don't live in the city. I live north, so it's a little bit cheaper, but it's still kind of expensive. But I own, so I don't rent out. So renting is really expensive over there.
So you own your own place? You have a house?
Yeah. I have a house. Yeah, I do.
Damn, how much you pay for your house?
It's like 400.
400 what?
3. It's a very small house, so it's like almost 900 square feet.
Damn,
it's very small.
Does it have a pool?
No. Most houses here in Seattle do not have pool because we would never use it.
Because it's always cold.
Oh yeah.
Damn. So it's not that far off from fucking South Florida.
Yeah. Honestly, though, you guys, if the amount I'm paying for this house, I'd get probably a bigger house in South Florida, though. You guys have way better real estate than we do over here. Yeah, unless you're trying to live in Miami.
Because we don't have state tax.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah, that's why like paying property taxes over here is not that expensive as many believe, but
it's crazy over here, man.
Hey, move to a Republican state.
Dude, I'm actually thinking about this. I got this house. This was like a fixer upper. I rebuilt a lot of the stuff inside this house.
Oh, dope.
And then and I'm just gonna use this kind of to build equity. And then the plan is to go to Texas or something like that, where I can get more land. I'm all about land, I like having land.
That's funny because that's exactly what Brandon said. Semi.
Yeah,
he says that he wants to get a land property over there in Texas because he want to build a place for all of us to come over and kick it.
Yeah, dude. It's honestly, it's not that hard over there. It's really easy to build your real estate over there. You just gotta know the area. I don't know Texas that well.
Yeah, I don't know.
I definitely would do a lot of research before I make that decision.
Yeah.
But it's, from what I've heard, it's like, I mean, you can buy land pretty cheap and then just build off of it.
That'll be interesting. Something to think about.
That's the goal. That's definitely the goal.
That's dope. I hope you reach there, man.
I appreciate it.
Why is it that you named yourself GuyLeFoux?
Oh, so GuyLeFoux.
GuyLeFoux.
It's all good
because he can fucks with,
yeah, they fucks with me, man.
Yeah.
So I named it after Guy Fawkes. I don't know if you know who Guy Fawkes is.
I only know Fox Stevenson. I don't know Guy Fawkes.
Guy Fawkes is have you ever seen V for Vendetta?
Yeah. Remind me.
So V for Vendetta is like the guy who has like the mask and he's like the anti-hero revolutionist.
Remember the 5th of November.
Yeah. So I've named it after him, and it was because the mask is based out after a guy named Guy Fawkes, who actually was like a revolutionist back in the day. And then LeFoux is like a really it's supposed to be a translation as like the fake, the like it's like a false, it's not real in French. But it's faux spelled differently, FOUX. So it's kind of like the false like guy, you know, it's like the
false guy.
not
Yeah.
And so I kind of made that. It was a while ago, and I kind of made it, and I kind of stuck with it. And then it was mainly because of the mask, though, because I had a mask on.
I mean, that's why the whole persona with the mask itself becomes like that.
Yeah. It kind of took off in its own identity, though. I made it, and I was like, okay, this is kind of what I'm going to do. And then it just kind of took off on its own. I'm like, all right, well, this is what I am now.
Hey, why not capitalize the momentum, capitalize the image right there? Why not? Fuck yeah. That's dope. That's dope, man. I'm happy to hear that, man. So let me ask you this: like, what has been your greatest accomplishment, and what are you currently doing that you hope to accomplish by it?
Oh man. In regards to like just like music in general?
In general, yeah, it could be in general, it could be music related, whatever you think. What's the plan, man? What are you trying to accomplish?
Honestly, I think my biggest accomplishment right now is being content with my production. Cause it's kind of, I know a lot of producers struggle with this.
Yeah.
It's like the imposter syndrome, or like,
yeah,
or like feeling like they make a song and they're like, oh, like I'm like, I don't like this, or like this isn't what I want, or like this isn't sounding the way I want it to sound. I feel like I'm in a point in my journey for this like music stuff, like where I'm like, oh man, I'm like very comfortable with what I'm making now. It's I actually like feel like I'm in a good spot right now. And then just being able to show the world what I got, man. I've been quiet for like about a year or so. I haven't really released anything but my collabs with people. So now that I have all this like ammo left, I'm excited to show it.
That's dope. That's fucking dope, man. One last question and we can wrap it up. But before I ask you this, I give this opportunity to ask people something about me or something about the industry that I'm well known about. And, like, for example, anything that involves with contracts, anything that goes around behind the scenes with A&Rs or people in general or producers or some fickle shit or ugly tunes, people, stuff that you always wanted to know. Is there any particular thing that you always wanted to know or wanted to ask somebody but never had the chance to ask somebody about it? And
I don't know if it's anything like that in particular, but I am going to give you a question.
Okay.
Right. It's not going to be in that. I don't know if it's going to be in that spectrum that you were asking. But
ask away. I'm an open book, and I can tell you anything about everything about the industry, man. Like anything that you can ask about, like I can tell you. And if there's something that I don't know, I will tell you.
Excision or Getter? No, I'm just playing. I'm just kidding.
No, that's sick.
Oh, damn, dude. Hey, I gotta
go. Joke, guys. Joke.
It's only joke.
It's only joke. No, it's I don't know because they're both dope. Excision and Getter, yeah, they're both.
No, that wasn't the question. You don't have to answer that. No, oh god, no. Okay, so if you were me right now, and I don't know how much of my music you've already got to hear or not, but based off of what you've seen on my Instagram and everything you've seen on my socials, and the little amount that you know about me right now that you were able to kind of grasp from this interview,
right?
What would you suggest my next big step should be? Where should I focus my energy? That's not related to like production, because obviously like production is like going to be first, but like where would I focus my energy?
That's actually a pretty that's actually a pretty good question. and I'm happy that you actually asked me that. Based off what I've seen about you and based off everything that I know about you, I don't know if there's something in particular that you should be heavily focused on, because the way the direction that you're heading in the right direction. You're getting there. And the fact that obviously part of the collective, like the grocery boys, these people will already help you out and they'll put you up in the mount as much as I can, and as much as they can, and so do I. Now, what can you do to facilitate that a little bit faster, or not faster, but a little bit more? In a sense that I want people to have a little bit of traffic out of it. I will say, and I know this is something that you and me have talked about it, but I will say keep your social media presence alive. Like that should be something that should be a main focus for you. And we joke about it, because obviously I fucking hate social media and I'd rather pay somebody to handle my social media accounts. That's me, I'm already like, I missed the boat, and I'm in this stage in which like I don't really fuck with it much. I just DM people and post my shit and that's it. That's as much as my reach. I have other priorities and other shit that I want to do so I can keep things moving and stay afloat.
Yeah.
That being said, you're a young buck. You still got a lot of time to do this. And because the beauty of you is that you got yourself a persona. You got an image, which is captivating. The fact that you just told me right now, people fuck with you with the mask on and people associate you with the mask on, it's already something that's marketable.
Okay.
So I should, if I were you, start, messing around with that whole market, that image of yours, and think of ideas that you can come up with that can trend out stuff, like make a little video clip of you, walking down the path or something with one of your songs, like make a little trailer or something like that. That actually captivates people. That grabs people's attention and you can mix it up. I mean, you already done it with some of your Instagram stories, right now with people on live. Now do it for just you and you only with your whole persona. Like make a music video, just play around with it, like, and try to market around that and make that your image, because that's what people are gonna know about you.
Gotcha.
So because you already had the music production, you already got it. You're already networking yourself with some of these shows, as if you were telling me, right? You're networking yourself, you're getting to meet people and you're getting to play. Keep doing it, like keep networking. Eventually, somebody's gonna take a shot. Somebody's gonna keep an eye on you and be like, yo, we should work together, have that representative type shit. Eventually it's gonna happen. You already got people who support you music wise, the grocery boys. And you can even ask some of those guys, hey, can you hook me up with this person? I need some feedback from this and that and that. And they can help you connect the dots. Like everybody's like, here you go. So you already got that. So I guess the only thing that's missing that you should, focus and emphasize more about right now is your social media presence and keeping yourself alive with that presence. And once in a while say, hey, what's going on? What's everybody thinking right now? Hey, what do you guys think about this song? Do you like drop A or you like drop B on your stories, on your IG stories, on and give have stuff that makes you not makes you have stuff that makes your following or the community interact with you.
Gotcha. Yeah.
Look for ways that you can have that interaction that can go back and forth with people. I once in a while have people that I could go back and forth with my episodes. Someone tells me, hey, like it's pretty dope that you made a episode like that. Can you elaborate more with this? And I'll be like, oh, sure, no problem. So this is what I'm trying to get to, I don't like when you say don't send demos to record labels. I did it and it worked on me. You shouldn't discourage people. And I'll be like, well, here's the thing. I never said all labels are like that. I said only a few labels listen to your music. A bunch of others, they don't. That's why you shouldn't focus on sending demos to those labels. You should actually make music on your own, release them, and have them look at you. That's how you
Yeah.
want it. You want them to look at you, not you on them. You know,
Yeah.
that's how
Yeah,
the
exactly.
business works. So stuff like that, I interact with people as little as they come. I still comment them back and I still interact them because I want them to keep engaging. And I encourage people to come over to my show and I say, "Hey, if you got a specific topic, let me know and I can cover it on the next episode or try to cover it." Stuff like that. So have that social media presence alive, keep that image, make some gnarly cool shit, and interact with people. I think those should be the most free important things that you should be taking to the next level as a up and coming producer. And once you figure out a time to do all that along with your production, because it's already taken care of, you're gonna see a lot more response with you, and people will start noticing you a lot more, and people will start talking about you a lot more. And that's where, you know, big reps and promos will look at you and take a shine on you and take an interest in you. And also artists will fuck with you. There will be times in which you will fuck with artists. If artists will be like, "Hey, I've heard of you. You're GuyLeFoux. You know, you did this while radio, right? Yeah, yo, your music is dope. Okay, yeah, let's just do something." And that just leads on to something else, and then
Yeah.
also domino effect.
It all just comes naturally, huh?
Basically, man. I mean, that's the best advice I can give you right now when it's in your as of, you know, your next step. You know, you can take my advice and apply to it or you don't. That's totally up to you, you know. Maybe you already knew about what I just said and you just wanted somebody who's already done it or is within the industry and tell and give you that validation. It's like, "Oh shit, so I already thought about it." So yeah, I'm actually heading the right space. Whatever the reason, I'm just giving you what I know that it's an in that will work for you as an artist, as an image, you know.
Yeah, man.
I hope that helps out or
No,
clears out any doubts.
it definitely does. I appreciate that.
Absolutely, man. And you know, my DMs are open, man. Any given time you want to talk to me about stuff like that, or you even want to talk about contracts or shit like that, you know, hit me up, man. I'm a DM my
For
way. All right.
for sure, man. I appreciate it.
No, of course, man. So we're gonna end this with this high little note. Let's say that you're walking down the streets of Seattle, raining as fuck, and then all of a sudden a UFO pops out of nowhere. And then the UFO comes to you and says, "Yo, we need your help, man. You because you and only you can help us out with our situation. You know, we're having a revolution and we need your help." I'm like, "All right, dope, let's do this." And he's like, "Before you leave, just so you know, we don't know when you're gonna come back. Here's a piece of paper. Write three pieces of advice that you'll give to somebody. What are those three pieces of advice?"
Oh, all right. So the first piece of advice is this is gonna sound corny as hell, but be yourself.
That's still
Because
good.
you know, I feel like if you spend a lot of energy trying to be something else, I feel like that just takes away from what you actually are. So always be yourself. And then the second one is let's see, success isn't always a linear line.
Mhm.
There's always going to be, you know, ups and downs. It's never going to feel like you're winning, but whenever you look back at from when you first started to where you're at right now and you realize how different or how much better something is, that's when you know, like this is I'm doing it. Like I'm
Right.
and success doesn't have to be measured in money or things or anything like that. It's like whatever you want to accomplish, you know. And then for the third thing is just, you know, just always look on the brighter side of things, you know. Always stay positive, and especially in the world we live in right now.
Right.
I know, and I'm saying this in as a person who works medical field, who
Right.
sees this mental health. You know, it's a really big thing, and it's really big in our industry.
Yes.
And
yes.
it's it's hard for a lot of people to find a silver lining and find the light in a lot of things that are going on right now. So if you can just like, just talk to people, have people, like reach out to people, like just try to stay positive with a lot of the bullshit that's going on in the world,
I agree.
because it sucks, and it's, things will get better. It's nothing is ever permanent. So just, just always stay positive. That's it.
That's it, man. That's great, man. I couldn't ask for anything more, man. And that last part, the mental health, is a real deal, guys. Like, take care of yourselves, and if you see a homie of yours that needs some help, is going for some shit, extend that hand. Extend the hand, because you don't know what their day is going through. You don't know what's going through their heads, and
yeah, man,
just show them love. Show them love. Let them know it's like, hey, man, I got you. I'm right here.
Yeah, it's a tough thing for a lot of people to talk about.
Yeah.
And being, whether you're a man or a woman, or whatever you identify as, it's like there's always a stigma behind a lot of that stuff. And just know that stigma is not true.
That is,
you're allowed to feel a certain way. You're allowed to express yourself however you seem fit. And just know that you're never alone. All right.
Absolutely.
Leaving this on a positive note.
Leave this on a positive note. I love it, man. I love it. Thank you very much, bro, for coming over to the show, man.
Of course. Anytime, man. I love this stuff.
Absolutely, man. You're a friend of the show, man. So any given time, man, we can come back and kick it again, man, and talk some other gnarly shit, man.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely,
man. Before we leave, plug yourself out. Let the people know where they can follow you and what they can expect from you in the future.
All right. So all of my socials, they're all gonna be at GuyLeFoux. I got lucky and I was able to claim all of those. So anything at GuyLeFoux, you'll find me on all the social media. If you're in Seattle, I don't know when this is gonna get released, but if you're in the Seattle area, September 3rd, I'm doing a back 3 back with the boys, and we're gonna be tearing shit up. It's gonna be one of the funnest sets I've done so far. The planning for this, the visuals, everything we have for it right now, it's pretty exciting. So if you're in Seattle on September 3rd, come say what's up and let's get fucked up and let's rage.
Anything in the future, like any late September, October?
Definitely, I got some releases coming out
Sweet.
on a label. I can't say what and when. Just be on the lookout. It's gonna be kind of a big step forward for Seattle.
Nice.
And it's gonna be an exciting time for a lot of artists that are in this area. So just be on the lookout for that. New releases, a lot of new music, new shows coming up too that we're already planning for. So excited for that.
So see, guys, there are artists in Seattle.
No, we exist, I promise.
They exist, guys. There it says. There's more than one. It's okay, guys. They're not it's not just Odessa, okay, guys? There's other people.
Yeah, I promise you there's more of us. It's a myth. Promise.
It's a myth. Well, dude, thank you very much for coming to the show, man. You're a friend of the show. Let me know when you want to kick it again.
We can do
this again. Thank you guys for listening. And remember, it's every week it's a brand new episode or a brand new topic. So always remember to like and subscribe for your weekly episodes at the Lone Wolv Podcast for SoundCloud, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and iHeartRadio. And also goes the YouTube channel at youtube.com/the Lone Wolv Podcast. That's Lone Wolv Podcast with a V, guys. Remember that. And always know that you can comment down below and let me hear your thoughts, share your experiences. If you guys got a specific topic that you want me to cover or want Guy to cover it, please let us know in the comments down below. And we'll do our best to cover on the next episode. So thank you guys for tuning in. And we'll see you guys in the next one. All right. Peace.